Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today, we will explore the top 20 best drama movies from 1990 to the present. These are the films that make you laugh, cry, and sometimes rewind because you can't believe what you've just seen. Face screaming in fear if you're ready to immerse yourself in these heartwarming stories, then hit like, grab a cup of bubble tea, sit back, and let's chill with this list. Don't forget to hit the bell to not miss the next video. Bell.
Friends, if you haven't seen Parasite, then you are missing out on a masterpiece that has made history in cinema. This South Korean film, directed by Bong Joon-ho, is not just a drama but also a psychological twist that made the whole world stand up and applaud when it won 4 Oscars, including Best Picture. The film tells the story of two families, one extremely poor family living cramped in a basement, and one extremely wealthy family living in a luxurious villa. The way these two families meet and intertwine in each other's lives is, oh my, I can't explain it all without spoiling. Face screaming in fear. All I can say is that the film is both humorous and intense, as well as profound in its commentary on social inequality. Every frame is as beautiful as a painting, and every little detail has meaning. After watching, you'll want to scream, Korean films are amazing, and rush to see it again.
Friends, if you haven't seen Moonlight, you're missing out on a cinematic gem. The film tells the coming-of-age journey of Chiron, a young black boy living in Miami, through 3 stages: childhood, teenage years, and adulthood. It's not just about identity, love, or family, but also an emotional portrait of the quest for self-discovery in a world full of prejudice. Each frame is as beautiful as poetry, and every line touches the heart. Especially, the performances of the 3 actors playing Chiron at different stages, from the shy boy to the resilient man, are a wonderful highlight. The ending of the film, oh my, is both sad and beautiful, so prepare some tissues, because you'll find yourself crying without even realizing when it started. Crying face.
Who loves survival movies? Raise your hand. Person raising hand. The Revenant is Leonardo DiCaprio's grueling journey as Hugh Glass, a hunter attacked by a bear, betrayed by his team, and left behind in the harsh wilderness. The film is not just a story of survival, but also an obsessive quest for revenge. The breathtaking cinematography, from snow-covered forests to intense battles, makes you feel like you're right there with Leo. Oh, and after watching this movie, all I wanted to do was scream, Leo, you finally got your Oscar. Grinning face with smiling eyes. This film is not just a cinematic masterpiece, but also a testament to the power of human will. You'll shudder as you see the main character crawling through the snow, eating raw meat, and facing death every minute. Friends, Room is not a horror film, but it will make your heart tighten from start to finish. The movie tells the story of Joy, a young mother who is imprisoned in a tiny room with her 5-year-old son, Jack. Jack's entire world is confined to that room, and Joy's way of protecting her son's innocent spirit amidst such harsh circumstances is truly admirable. The second half of the film follows their journey as they escape and get acquainted with the outside world, a world that is both unfamiliar and frightening. Brie Larson's performance is outstanding. She rightfully earned an Oscar. And little Jack, oh my, he's so adorable that you just want to hug him. After watching, you'll want to call your mom right away to say, Mom, I love you, loudly crying face.
If you love high-intellect detective films, then Spotlight is for you. The film tells the story of a team of reporters from the Boston Globe who uncovered a shocking scandal involving child abuse within the Catholic Church. The story is based on true events, and the way the film builds tension through each interview and clue discovered will keep you glued to the screen. The star-studded cast, Mark Ruffalo, Rachel McAdams, Michael Keaton, delivers consistent performances, making you feel like you're watching a real case unfold. By the end, you'll admire the persistence of the journalists and feel like jumping in to be an investigator yourself. Newspaper. This film is not just a story, but also a reminder of the power of truth.
Birdman is a strange trip, like you just drank coffee while watching a dream. The film tells the story of Regan Thompson, a washed-up actor who was once famous for his superhero role as Birdman, now wanting to regain his glory with a stage play. But everything is not easy as he faces his own ego, a broken family, and bizarre hallucinations. The special feature of the film is its incredibly unique filming style, as if the whole movie is just one continuous shot, making you feel like you are living inside the character's head. Michael Keaton gives a stellar performance, while the supporting cast like Edward Norton and Emma Stone give it their all. After watching, you will wonder, what on earth did I just watch? Grinning squinting face. This film is not just about art, but also a punch to those struggling with fame and themselves.
Guys, Boyhood is a cinematic miracle, as the film was shot over 12 real years. Director Richard Linklater followed the boy Mason from the age of 6 to 18, capturing every moment of his growing up, from family dramas, first loves, to those teenage angst moments. What makes Boyhood special is its authenticity. You'll see yourself in Mason, thinking, yeah, I was just as awkward back then, grinning face with sweat. The film doesn't have Hollywood-style dramatic moments, but it moves you with the little details of life, a fight with mom, a stargazing night with dad, or a bittersweet breakup. After watching, you'll want to hug your family and cherish every moment of your youth. Anyone who loves history and is a fan of Benedict Cumberbatch cannot miss The Imitation Game. The film tells the story of Alan Turing, the British mathematical genius who cracked the German Enigma code during World War II, helping to change the course of the war. However, the film is not just about war, it is also the tragic story of Turing's life, a man who was ostracized by society simply for being who he truly was. Benedict Cumberbatch delivers an outstanding performance, from his intelligent gaze to the heartbreaking moments. The film is both a history lesson and a reminder of justice and tolerance. Prepare yourself to admire and feel sorrow at the same time. Crying face. This is a heavy film, not for those who enjoy light movies. 12 Years a Slave tells the story of Solomon Northup, a free black man living in New York, who was kidnapped and sold into slavery for 12 years. Every scene hits like a punch to the heart, from the brutal beatings to the moments when Solomon strives to maintain his dignity. Chiwetel Ejiofor's performance is mesmerizing, while Lupita Nyong'o won an Oscar for her haunting supporting role. The film is not just a story about the past, but a reminder of injustice and the strength of humanity in the face of adversity. After watching, you will appreciate freedom more than ever.
If you think being a king is easy, then watch The King's Speech and you'll change your mind. Grinning face with smiling eyes. The film tells the story of King George VI of England, who has struggled with a stutter since childhood, and his journey to overcome himself to become an inspiring king during wartime. Colin Firth delivers a stunning performance, portraying a king who is both weak and strong. However, the most dynamic character has to be his speech therapist, Lionel Logue, played by Geoffrey Rush, with his incredibly quirky and humorous teaching methods. The scenes of the two arguing like best friends had me laughing so hard. The film is a lesson in perseverance and friendship, making you want to stand up and applaud after watching. Who uses Facebook? Raise your hand. Raising Hands. The social network tells the story of Mark Zuckerberg, the Harvard student who created the largest social network in the world. But don't expect a feel-good story of rags to riches, because the film is full of drama, from lawsuits and betrayal of friends to personal conflicts. Jesse Eisenberg plays the cold but deeply layered Zuckerberg, while Andrew Garfield makes you feel both sympathy and anger. Director David Fincher has turned a story about technology into a top-notch psychological film. After watching, you'll wonder, is social media really that scary? Face screaming in fear.
If you need a dose of motivation to get through tough times, then The Pursuit of Happiness is the strongest medicine. The film tells the story of Chris Gardner, a single father who was both poor and unemployed, wandering the streets of San Francisco to take care of his young son. Will Smith delivers an incredible performance, from desperate looks to hopeful smiles, making you cry and cheer for him at the same time. The boy Jaden Smith, Will's real-life son, is absolutely adorable, especially in the scene where the two of them sleep in a public restroom. Oh my, it's heart-wrenching. Loudly crying face. The film is a testament that as long as you don't give up, you can change your whole life.
This is a movie for those who love the quirkiness of family. Grinning face with smiling eyes. Little Miss Sunshine tells the story of a dysfunctional family, including an overly optimistic father, a stressed-out mother, a recently heartbroken uncle, and a brother who hates the world. They all drive a beat-up van to take their daughter Olive to a child beauty pageant. The journey is full of drama, from car breakdowns and arguments to super funny and touching moments. Olive's performance at the pageant is a highlight, both quirky and adorable. This film is like a remedy for the days when you feel life is a bit gray, reminding you that family, no matter how crazy, is still a wonderful support. If you're a math lover, or simply a fan of Russell Crowe, A Beautiful Mind is a must-watch. The film tells the story of John Nash, a brilliant mathematician who suffers from schizophrenia, forcing him to struggle between reality and hallucination. Russell Crowe delivers an outstanding performance, from his clever gaze to moments of confusion, making you both admire and feel for him. The film is not only about science but also a story of love and sacrifice, with Nash's wife played by Jennifer Connelly, a strong and inspiring woman. The ending of the film is, no spoilers, but it will definitely make you want to watch it again right away. Winking face with tongue. For those who love epic films, raise your hands. Raising Hands Gladiator is a masterpiece by Ridley Scott, featuring Russell Crowe as Maximus, a Roman general who is betrayed, loses his family, and becomes a slave gladiator. Maximus's journey of revenge is not only filled with grand battles in the Colosseum but also tells a story of loyalty, honor, and sacrifice. The scene where Maximus yells, "Are you not entertained?" has become iconic, giving me goosebumps every time I watch it. The soundtrack by Hans Zimmer is so beautiful that you'll want to play it on loop all day. After watching, you'll want to stand up, applaud, and shout, "Maximus, you are a legend," smiling face with sunglasses.
Guys, Fight Club is not just a movie, but an explosion in your head. The film tells the story of a bored guy, stuck in a dull office job, who meets Tyler Durden, a super cool guy played by Brad Pitt, and starts a secret fight club. But things don't stop there, the movie gradually becomes crazy with twists that will leave you speechless. Edward Norton and Brad Pitt deliver top-notch performances, bringing a story that is both humorous and profound about consumer society and the human ego. But remember, the first rule of Fight Club is, you do not talk about Fight Club. Smiling face with sunglasses after watching, you'll want to discuss it with your friends all day.
Prepare some tissues, because The Green Mile will make you cry your eyes out. The film tells the story of Paul Edgecombe, a prison warden on death row, and his special connection with John Coffey, a prisoner with miraculous abilities. John, played by Michael Clarke Duncan, is a giant with a heart of gold, making you feel both compassion and heartbreak. Tom Hanks, as usual, delivers an outstanding performance, bringing to life a character that is both tough and humane. The film is not just a story about miracles, it also speaks about compassion, injustice, and the tough choices in life. The ending, oh my, I won't spoil it, but you will remember it forever. Loudly crying face.
This is the top film on every drama list, and it deserves to be. The Shawshank Redemption tells the story of Andy Dufresne, a man wrongfully convicted of murder and imprisoned in Shawshank Prison. There, he befriends Red, played by Morgan Freeman, and together they seek hope amid the cold walls. The film is a lesson in perseverance, friendship, and the power of faith. Every line delivered by Morgan Freeman feels like a piece of philosophy, while Tim Robbins' performance makes you believe that Andy can do anything. The film's ending is one of the most beautiful moments in cinematic history, you'll want to stand up and applaud.
Forrest Gump is a magical journey through American history, featuring the simple-minded but gold-hearted Forrest. From a disabled boy, Forrest becomes a football star, a war hero, and an inspiring runner. Tom Hanks delivers a stellar performance, turning Forrest into a symbol of optimism and kindness. The film is not just a story about one person, but also a portrayal of love, friendship, and historical events like the Vietnam War and the hippie movement. The scene of Forrest running across America and the quote, "Life is like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're gonna get," have become classics. After watching, you'll want to live life to the fullest like Forrest. Person running.
Schindler's List is a masterpiece by Steven Spielberg, telling the story of Oskar Schindler, a German businessman who saved over 1,000 Jews during the Holocaust by employing them in his factory. The film is an emotional journey, from Schindler's initial coldness to his determination to protect the innocent. Liam Neeson delivers a brilliant performance, while Ralph Fiennes chills you with his portrayal of the ruthless German officer. Every scene, even in black and white, is beautiful and haunting. The film is not just a lesson in history, but also a reminder of the power of humanity in the darkest times. After watching it, you will find life to be much more meaningful.
So we have just gone through the top 20 best drama movies from 1990 to now. Each film is a story, an emotion, and I hope you will find at least one movie to binge watch this week. Which film do you love the most from the list? Or do you want me to make a video about which genre next? Comment right below.